The first one is a scammer in Australia that was exposed. Seems the guy is an Indian, and he was taking money for predicting people's future, healing them, and doing all this hocus pocus, which is nothing but fraud. I would, caution anybody who would try to do something like this in the West, because there are stringent rules and you can get deported. So don't do it in a country where you're seeking residence, especially as an immigrant. Then Scandal Guru, starting a new country. This guy is an Indian so-called God man, just like all the, Sadhguru. And Sadhguru is started to slowly, I've started to lose respect for the guy. I mean, he came out with this new claim that a woman's breast gives different milk. A different breast will give you different kind of milk. I don't know since when did Godman become a gynecologist. I would say that just focus on philosophy and focus on preaching goodness. Stop making a fool of yourself, and this guru, this guy, I mean, if you look at him from a sense of entertainment, you'd find him very entertaining. He talks a lot of bullshit, serious bullshit. I don't know what's the story with this guy, but he's entertaining for cartoonish pleasure, if you like it. Seems he has created this new country, just waiting for him to get arrested in India and sent back. This was sent to me by an Arab. He says UAE and its American mercenaries to be investigated for war crimes in Yemen. So watch that. You have UAE once again, not in a very positive light. It has been Manchester City. I don't know, is Manchester City same as Manchester United? I don't watch football, so I wouldn't know. So UAE-owned Manchester City to be banned from Champions League because they played around with the, with the financials, which you should not be doing. So Etihad is also getting a bad light and bad press because of this. You have a Dubai-bound passenger caught with the currency hidden in peanuts. Very creative. I wonder how much of effort and time they must have taken to fold these currencies and put them in peanuts. You cannot get away with the trying funny stuff in UAE because they have some of the world's best scanning devices. Okay, so don't try anything funny. If you're going there, go clean, do your thing, get out clean. That's what I would say, or anywhere in the world for that matter. Then this was really nice. It's taken from Animal Antics News Flare. Owners reunited with their pets. So those of you like animals, you'd get slightly your feet warm and fuzzy. Then Colin Farrell goes up and beats up a guy in this short video clip. I do not know which movie this was taken from, but if you watch this video, there's this boy, Colin Farrell comes to this boy and asks him, who took your shoes? He doesn't tell him, then finally admits who took his shoes. His father doesn't seem to be bothered, and then Colin Farrell goes up to the bully's father, beats him up in front of the boy. Good one. I think this is how bullies should be treated. Then another one. This one touches your heart. Judge Frank Caprio from Court in Providence. I really like his videos because the guy has a lot of wisdom. He is very empathetic and he's very mature. I mean, the decisions that he takes clearly shows his heart is in the right place. In this video, you'd see a 94-year-old father, an old man. He has a 63-year-old son and he has cancer. And his father, being 94, drives his son to the hospital back and forth. Really touching. You'd almost get tears in your eyes when you see this video. Next one is Esports inside the relentless training of professional gaming stars. The gaming industry is becoming an industry of youngsters, but there's a lot of pressure. Worth watching, this one. The next one is Kenyans being conned with promises of lucrative jobs in Dubai. So UAE seems to be getting a lot of negative press for especially people who are being cheated or promised a good job, but sent off to something else. Then UAE is also accused of forcing Sudanese to fight the war. Some of them, it seems, they joined as security guards, but they are actually taken in as mercenaries to fight in war where they can almost die. Dwayne Johnson's father died, and this was a touching tribute. I thought he really spoke from the heart. I highly recommend that you listen to it. A very powerful eulogy. Then you have UAE, which comes in a same attention-grabbing stunts, as I call it. This robot conducts an orchestra. Um, the robot will just keep moving. I don't know what's the merit in this, but anyway, at least they got a bit of free publicity. This one is really nice. I like this one. This is Kevin Bale. Kevin Bailey? Yeah, Kevin Bailey. He's a creative director and senior VFX supervisor for Method Studios. He talks of this year's Oscar nominees for Best Visual Effects. Really something to watch. You'd be blown away as to the amount of creativity these different movies have put. I think it was 1917 that actually won the Best VFX awards. There's Avengers Endgame, Lion King, The Irishman, Star Wars. So really a good lineup, and you'd also want to see the movies because it's just mind-boggling the amount of the amount of effort that they put. I had a soft corner for Star Wars, especially because Princess Leia was morphed using AI, artificial intelligence. It's kind of scary to see how many steps further ahead we have, or rather, what is the advancement that we have done in terms of visual effects, that you can even create a dead person. I remember there was something on Facebook and all of the news of a mother who could actually see her daughter dead, who was dead, in a virtual reality kind of space. I don't know. I just find that very disturbing. Yes, it can heal broken wounds or broken hearts, but then are we going to have technology play all these games with our minds? And where do you draw the line? The next one is why Wall Street traders are on a decline. This clearly will take you through the reality of declining jobs and how artificial intelligence is replacing old jobs, if not new ones. Then America's Got Talent. Sometimes I do watch these clips on YouTube. This particular video is this girl, Kichi. She's an African. She was in a plane crash at the age of 16. All the passengers except 6 survived. 107, I think, they died, and she was one of the ones who survived. She was completely burnt. She had less than 30% chance to live, and she could not move because her body was completely burnt. So she survived that turmoil and depression by singing and training her voice to sing. If you listen to her sing, you would actually feel her pain. I would highly recommend that you watch this video. Then the evolution of dance. This one is fun. It's enjoyable. It brings back a lot of memories of the transition of different kinds of dance. Watch it. You'll enjoy it. This is disturbing. A guy eats 2.8 kilograms of meat. It clearly shows you how these guys train their body to keep swallowing stuff. In fact, it's not as much as what they eat that baffles me. I keep wondering when they have to go to the toilet and shit out 2.8 kilograms of meat. Good Lord. I don't know how they do it. Another one is Turkish Airlines pilot thanks his teachers. This is a very powerful video. Do watch it. The teacher who trained his students to become pilots, they give him a moving tribute when he retires, and he literally cries. You need to watch this to appreciate the powerful impact teachers have, good teachers, on students' lives. For those who keep watching rubbish videos of coronavirus, instead I recommend you watch this. How scientists think that coronavirus spread from bats to humans. Joe Rogan is one of the podcasts or videos that I watch. Seriously, Joe Rogan, I've been a fan of his, from UFC to his stand-up comedy to his podcast. He speaks about Daryl Davis in his podcast number 1419. This guy, you must listen to Daryl Davis. He speaks about the Ku Klux Klan. He speaks about how he was able to touch people's lives by just talking to them, by just getting into a conversation. Watch this video, one of the best ones, apart from the high profile ones like the Elon Musk. This one you need to watch. It gives you a very mature perspective of how people have different opinions, even to the point of being, the Ku Klux Klan being extremely racist and derogatory towards Black Afro Americans. How he was able to, look through all this and touch people's hearts. So I would say, listen to this one. For those who are maybe not Hindus, I would say the bearded butchers. I bumped into this by sheer accident. This is a YouTube video on how to skin a beef cow and remove its hide. What amazed me about this butcher is how skilled he is with his knife. He skins this cow with precision and the skill, the accuracy that I was like, I was just staring at the screen. Not recommended for those who have a very weak stomach. All right, the next one is WhatsApp iPhone tricks, tips, and hacks. For those of you who use WhatsApp, I think you'd like this video. Do check it out. Another one is 65-year-old Playboy model. Can be considered controversial, but the 65-year-old lady, she poses semi-naked or semi-nude for Playboy magazine. It's incredible that a woman in her 65s still maintains herself. She was a playmate for many years when she was young, and over the years she continued until she had to leave. But then she comes back at the age of 65 to do a naked shoot. So I thought, I was like, wow, at 65 you've still maintained yourself, especially being a woman. So for me, I would say it's pretty bold, it's pretty courageous. Not everyone can just take a photograph of themselves naked, but this woman does it. So what do you think? And last but not the least, for those of you who are James Bond fans, you'd love the new Land Rover Defenders advert, which came out very creative, very powerful. I loved it. I think the Super Bowl ads were some of them which I really was like amazed with this one, especially Jason Momoa, what is that? The guy, the superhero Aquaman. It was pretty funny to see him take off his muscles and become so skinny, especially his hair at the end. That was, I would say, one of the best ads. So these are the recommended YouTube ads. Check them out. Let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear from your side.